it's Cal from the Sphere System, doing a quick intro video because didn't have anything else planned for this week, and yeah, that's what it's out a bit like as well because I ended up spending all day trying to get this ready. Well, getting distracted from getting this ready mostly because oh, just it's been a long week. It's basically difficult to focus all week and get everything done all week. So there we are. Yeah, basic information. Fungoid, yeah, as you could probably tell from the picture on the first screen. Anyway, and was actually mentioned in our non-human, our headmates video as well, because, I'm the most well-known fungoid in the system, given that I am currently co-hosting with Vamps, who will probably get an intro at some point. Hasn't yet. See when that gets done, if that gets done. It's up to Vamps really whether or not he wants to do one. I use he, they pronouns because, well, they sort of work. Although, they're basically those approximation I've figured out, and people don't ask too many questions. He, him is convenient because body, so when I'm out, it's convenient, and they then kind of fits more with them. I don't know gender for human stuff, but I don't. Whatever. He, him, and they, them both work fine. Not particularly attached. I prefer to use those because they're the ones I'm sort of used to. But feel free to, if asked, try out other ones at some point. Don't know if I'll ever ask, but don't just use other ones otherwise because respecting people's pronouns is important. Let's see. Yeah, don't know an orientation because I mean, gender's a weird thing to worry about. As from my perspective, it doesn't. I don't know if I will ever. If I do care, I don't know if I can care because gender's a bit of a weird one. But we'll figure that out at some point, probably. I don't know. Honestly, might not, given I'm not sure if I actually care about anything more than a friendship with anyone. Might be interested at some point, but for now, I'm not. Which doesn't necessarily mean I don't have the potential to be, just that I don't want to look into it right now. Let's see. Okay, yeah, cool. So yeah, not putting a label on anything yet. Figure that out at some point. Once I've figured out enough daily normal life stuff to help keep the system running better than I am currently, because I'm not great at it. There we are. Cool. Yeah, okay. Interests. Quite like webcomics. Webcomics are great. Nice, easy escapism. Actually, webcomics are bad. They are very nice, easy, accessible escapism, and make it very easy to get very distracted. Books and TTRPGs, I actually prefer because they take a little bit more investment out of time and stuff to get set up in the first place, and to get invested in and start the escapism, which makes them less accessible as direct. Oh yeah, right, cool. I'm now going into escapism mode, which appears to be my primary mode. So, having things that are slightly less accessible for that is better. At least I'm less likely to just fall into them the moment I'm bored for a moment, which, given I'm trying to do a lot of the daily normal line stuff, kind of have to as co-host, it's not great. Webcomics are not great. Probably be worth trying to figure out a restriction on access somehow. Again, computer games, nice, easy, accessible. Escapism, although fall into them less because, I mean, try when the work laptop's on for any other reason to not start them up and load them, because I know then it's going to be very difficult to quit often, and quite frankly, I'm not that invested in them for the most part. Like, they work great for like 10-20 minutes, maybe an hour, but more than that, just don't stick. I find personally, like, there's definitely people in the system who they stick for incredibly well and work as an excellent form of escapism, but I am not one of them. Like, they work for a short period, and that's great when they do, and I want them. But yeah, they're not they're not my preferred form of escapism. They are nice. I do like them, just not as much as as you know the other forms of escapism I've mentioned above. Um, on the opposite note, I really don't like running. Running is bad. I don't know why people in the system like it or insist we do it for the body health. I know why people insist. I just don't like it, and try and insist someone else comes out for it whenever it's time for the bodies to go for a run. Yeah, okay. Um, Headmate wise, Kamai's definitely like one of my favorite member headmates to have in Kokon because Drake is excellent company and a fun, cheery, helpful in terms of confidence and communication, which are things I, quite frankly, most of the system struggle with. So yeah, Comrade's great. We really appreciate Drake's company whenever Drake does come Kokon, although it's not that common, especially not without needing the language stuff which Comrade provides. But when Comrade is there, it's good. It's often a better time. Um, Vamps, although have relatively little direct interaction, very helpful as co-host. And from the shared front memories, seem like a decent person and appreciate them being co-hosts because, oh, if I had to do this alone, we would be doing badly if I was managing all of daily normal life on my own. Yeah, yeah. I'm not great at it. I don't know why I got chosen as co-host. Oh well. Vamp seems much better at it in many ways, but there we are. Um, let's see. Brain, basically always Kokon, and basically always mildly irritating, or at least whenever they decide to let themselves be noticed and known about. Which, yeah, not a huge fan. Personally, um, don't want to state your opinion of them too much because they are their own person and your opinion of them should be based on your interactions with them rather than interactions with me. And just because I have a negative opinion of them doesn't mean they're a bad person. As I said, I'm far from perfect myself, and they have been making difficult decisions in stressful situations. And although I don't necessarily agree with all the decisions, you know, they're the one with, they were their decisions to make in many ways. So it's not my place to say necessarily that they were the wrong decisions. Do recommend you check out Brain's intro, get their side of the story. It helped me to some degree as well to see their side of the story. You know, other than that, tech savvy is tech savvy is very helpful. Comp knows a lot about computers and phones and all of that, and as such is incredibly helpful to have in Kokon when, for example, we're trying to make YouTube videos. Because I'm not great at this. Messed up the recording once already, so that's fun, and it's far later than I wanted to get this out, but had a bad week, as I said at the start. So there we are. Comps has been helpful, and has been helpful in the past, and I suspect will continue to be helpful. But I can't speak for comp in that way for certain. Anyway, yeah, that's about all I wanted. Hopefully, there's a card to our intro playlist, but if there isn't, there isn't. There'll be a link in the description if there isn't a card, or there'll be both. Even please do like, subscribe, comment, all the YouTube stuff, because it helps out in terms of growing a viewership and all of that. Like, I'm not expecting this to turn into anything major, but you know, it would be nice if it improves at all. So, see how that goes. Um. Anyway, yeah. Thanks for watching. We'll see you all later. I won't say I necessarily, because who knows if I'll be recording another video at any time soon. But we as the system certainly will. So, yeah.